And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 158. So I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. So in this episode of the MSK show, we're going to be talking about Captain America Brave New World's box office opening weekend, as the numbers have finally come in. The shills for Disney have also been battling the narratives, as they say, and we're going to cover all of that here, because usually when like new blockbuster movies come out, I usually do like the numbers for the movies generally week to week. I still have to do a video talking about Sonic 3's box office and Mufasa's, because I was wrong. I'm usually never wrong when it comes to this stuff. It's like the first time I've only been wrong, because I said Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was going to destroy Mufasa. I was wrong. No, Mufasa actually definitely beat it, and it beat it by a pretty big margin. So, hey, I genuinely thought Sonic 3 was going to do it. I did. But as you guys know, you got to be wrong every once in a while, and I'm very rarely wrong. I'm literally like 99. It's like, if you're keeping count, it'd be like 99 to 1, honestly. So, hey, Disney, you beat me this time. I'll let you have Mufasa. But this time around for Captain America Brave New World, we'll see who gets the last laugh, because a lot of you guys out there don't know how much movies just really have to make for it to be a legit profitable venture for the studio. And a lot of shills out there are like, because have you guys noticed a lot of them on Twitter go, well, this movie needs this to break even? No, and we'll go in the video later on, because you guys know I usually do a video on the show so I can clip them out and upload them as regular videos to you guys. No studio wants to break even. First of all, this is Disney. Disney is used to just raking in money, literally crates of money. Do you think that they put in $200 million for this piece of shit just so it can make $500 million so they could break even? The average person literally does not think. I swear the average person literally has the IQ of a bug or something, a fucking cockroach,
I still think that what they're announcing as the budget is either before the reshoots or that's after the reshoots, or just the reshoots. Because I just don't see, based on what we've heard about it, that it only cost
180 million. Even because, as we'll talk about it later on when we do the actual like topic portion of the show, people have to understand, even if it is $180 million and what they reported that they need to make like what, 495 to break even, that's not good. Breaking even is not good. That's the way the media spins these narratives that I can't stand. People are literally going to think, oh, it made $490 million. It looks like a great number on the surface level. Yeah, that's not good. That's literally bad. That movie would probably, okay, if we're just using that number, right, 495, you would probably need like an extra $100 to $200 million for that thing to actually be in like actual profitable range, because breaking even just means you made your production budget back, which means that the theater, I mean, I don't know how the theaters take their money. Maybe they take it at the end of the accumulated period, or do they take it with each week? I've never known that, actually. That's something I probably should look into. When do theaters actually take their cuts? Like, do they take the cut when everything's tallied up, or do they take it week by week as movies going on?
I have no idea.
I've never known that, honestly. I don't know. So
it kind of depends on the contract that they have with it. I know Disney has like an even stronger contract where I believe they get it sooner and they get a higher percentage for like the first 2 weeks or something like that. Of course they would. So I believe it would come out after that, but it's a good question. Hard to say.
Yeah, see, you guys know how much of a genius I am. I literally just birthed that into your minds. Like, how do these payments really go?
You've birthed nothing, sir.
Wait a minute. I've birthed quality content in a consistent time frame. That takes actual skill. No? Okay. All right. Starting with intros. Great Coupe is here. How you doing, man?
Hey, I feel like I've been here before, feel like I've done this exact thing, but maybe that's just me. I'm having a bit of deja vu. Other than that, good times.
Hell yeah. You going to be working on reviving your YouTube channel anytime soon, sir?
Yeah, I released a video a couple weeks ago, got a couple thousand hits on it. Not too bad. So, yeah, good times.
Yeah.
But yes, I had a little personal tragedy happen last week, so that's kind of thrown a wrench in making new videos. But yeah, this week there hopefully will be a new one as well.
It's okay, man. Things happen. As you know, for me, I'm giving up women, so I'm good. I'm retired now at this point. Bob loves movies. How you doing, man?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. My voice is getting a little sore because this is my third intro, but otherwise, I'm doing well.
Great. So, as you guys know, Bob Loves Movies put out his Captain America: Brave New World movie review. I'm dropping mine earlier tomorrow. Now, keep in mind, for a lot of these bigger movie franchises like the MCU, I'm going to be doing like movie projects on them. So you will see a Captain America Brave New World movie review eventually. What we're doing right now, essentially, when I talk about new movies, is I'm going to basically word it in the title where it's like, was this movie insert narrative that people have been talking about? So you will get movie reviews on a lot of different franchises for a lot of different movies in those said franchises. It just people want to hear my opinions about new movies, and it's like, well, I'm not really doing a movie review of it because it's not really the way I want to. I like doing things in order because I like to have a consistent flow of when something new hits. Oh my God, you got something new. So I'm kind of working on behind the scenes right now. Like, when are we going to start planning out these MCU movie reviews? Because essentially I want to watch and review every single MCU movie and review them. Because I have opinions on actually a lot of them. I just never had the time to just sit down and do it with someone. So kind of thinking about that right now. I'm just literally working out all of the other kinks, honestly. So you guys are going to be getting a lot of content coming very soon. Me and Sci-Fax are going to do Scream. We're going to watch review all those movies before the new one comes out. You're going to be getting a lot of movie reviews coming very, very soon, actually. Thank you, Vin Diesel, for being outside. It's great. Thank you. I'm not going out and filming your Fast 15th movie. I'm a
But he's family.
You're not funny. Oh, good Lord. So
Aren't they supposed to have another one of those come out?
So what's her name? Michelle Rodriguez was interviewed, and she said they haven't even begun production of anything. And then Vin Diesel came out later on with a statement. He said basically Universal wants him to make another similar movie like Fast X, but he wants to bring it back to like street racing. When in reality, that's some bullshit on his point, because he let the franchise become Dragon Ball Z. I mean, people don't know, he's one of those people that are in franchises with the most power you probably have ever even like heard about. If he literally went, I'm not doing these movies unless they're still street racing, they probably wouldn't do him, right? But he himself let the franchise become literally Dragon Ball Z. And people are like, it's kind of went off the rails. Some of them went off the rails way earlier on, but it was still not believable, but it didn't go that crazy. It basically got really crazy, I would say, around Furious 7, when you're dropping literal cars out of the sky from a helicopter. That's pretty ridiculous, right?
It was all grounded up until Furious 7.
That's what I was gonna say.
So you got The Rock flexing out of a cast, but
that's in Furious
grounded.
7. That's in Furious 7.
Yeah. I could have sworn that was Fast 5. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, Fast 5 is when they pulled a bank vault
earlier.
Fast 5 is when they pulled a bank vault out of the bank. Fast 6 is when, okay, I'll give you this. It probably was Fast 6, but like, it was still very fun and enjoyable. I think Fast 5 and 6 are the best movies they've done. I literally rewatched all of them to do a movie project for my older channel that was very big and successful until it got,
Oh, what happened to that channel?
Oh, yeah, YouTube might have DC comicked it, if you guys know that reference. Honestly, they might have put me into a new universe. You don't know what happens with these YouTube channels, guys. Things happen. I was famous, I had a lot of subscribers, I was getting paid off YouTube every month for my opinions. It's okay. We have a new main channel.
Well, now you pay for your opinions, so that's kind of fun. I mean, it's full circle, right?
Yeah. This is our new main channel that I transformed from a League of Legends based channel to basically be talking about movies and TV and video games and all that stuff over here. But I do have a comic book channel that has been growing. It's about to hit 150 subscribers very, very soon. So keep in mind, if you're watching this from the comic book channel, so I tell you to subscribe over here if you want to see the live comic book content I've already done on the MSK show. You will never see me stream live on that channel. I'm only going to stream live here. Okay. If you ever want to see the live comic book related content that I do with Labs Comic Fan or Professor Savage Dad, you will see it here. All that stuff in that channel, as far as comic book wise, is clipped out and uploaded over there. And that would go for the same thing over here. Like, if you don't like podcasts, don't worry. If we have topics, like we're gonna have one in this show later on, I just clip it out and I just upload as a regular video. So you get the best of both worlds. You can watch it live and watch the fun banter commentary we have here, or you get the pre-recorded banter commentary and fun. Pick the best. Hey, what was the Hannah Montana song back in the day? You get the best of both worlds. You really do get the best of both worlds here. You know, you get quality.
I'm not as familiar with Hannah Montana songs as you are, but I'll take your word for it.
To be honest, that's the only one I ever heard. I thought that show was trash.
I doubt that.
I actually didn't like it. I literally tried to watch it a few times as a kid. I was like, this is straight up garbage. The other shows were way better. Like, all of them were way better. Her show, oh God, man, fuck that.
Yet
bitch.
you remember the lyrics to that song even today. That so one episode just had such an impact on you.
So WZ's crying at me. Okay, usually what women do after having sex with me, generally speaking. Emily, hey, how you doing? How was Disneyland? Emily went to Disneyland.
Wait. Did you just say that people cry at you after you had sex with them? Man, that's kind of a self-report.
No, I meant like basically, I'm so good at it, she cries that it can't happen longer, essentially.
I'm sure if you ever had that opportunity, people would be crying, and I'm sure it wouldn't be that long, but I'm not sure that would be the reason why they'd be crying. Yeah, fair enough. I'll let you keep going with that.
I'm detecting a pattern here. So,
Dad, why does the Rizmaster reboot every stream? Never happened. This is the first time we're doing this on this Monday. How dare you lie, WZ2R? Great viewers here. These guys want to come for the quality, and they come for the truth here. When you come to this channel, you get the truth, and you get nothing but the truth. That's how it works here, you know? MSKL. That's not true. I always have W's, you know? Chloe, you're back. You know, you didn't leave me like my dad. Quality content in a consistent time frame. Sounds like more than what EVS offers. Okay, good Lord. Not going down that road. But you know, yeah, EVS is a garbage human being. Let's just say that. But I always will offer consistent content in a shorter time frame. That's what I do. I'm the consistent guy. Sorry, that was petty. That's okay. You can definitely make me happy tonight, Chloe, by coming over to the house, you know, and having some fun, you know. I retired from women, but I did not retire from having sex. See? Loophole. No?
But if you retired from women, who are you having sex with?
Women.
Just this time there's finger quotes around it.
Did you guys think I would just retire from women to go start dating dudes? Because that's gay, and that's not happening. Like at all.
I mean, we assume that you had finally made that realization.
That's just, you guys are crazy. You guys literally need help. I'll hire a therapist for you both to get you fixed. It's okay. You know, because therapy fixes everything, right? MSK claiming he's giving up some things he never had. Thank you, WZ. Kevin, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Folks are never going to accept a black man as Captain America. Stop the lies. Well, that's the thing. I've explained these things in my other Captain America Brave New World videos. This thing, comic books, when he first became Captain America, it's about he's cosplaying as Captain America, for being completely honest here. People didn't like it there. Why would, okay, so I'll just easily break this down. That was a test audience to see if that was going to be an accepted idea. It wasn't, and we know this because the sales completely collapsed as those runs went on, okay? Most recently, back in 2022, it ran for 12 issues, which, as you guys know, is like literally less than a year in this Captain America initiative that Marvel was trying with both Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson. And Sam Wilson's was Captain America's symbol of hope. Steve Rogers was Captain America's symbol of liberty, I think, or Sentinel of Liberty, something like that, right? And no one was buying Sam Wilson comic books as far as that run. That's just that was just 2022. Okay, that's
they did a cap again recently, didn't they?
Yeah. So recently, because he can't sell anything past 10 issues, maybe past 6, if we're being honest here. Marvel Comics gave. I have a video on my comic channel. I covered the news when it happened. So essentially, they gave him a 4-issue miniseries. He can't sell anything past 10 issues. Probably can't sell anything past 7 for being real generous there. All they can do for this guy now is just give him 4-issue miniseries. That's it. Just like Scarlet Witch, who can't sell for shit outside of like very, very sexy comic book covers. And her covers look good. At least she's a girl and her covers look fucking fantastic. He doesn't sell. People in comic books didn't like the idea. Why would you? Keep in mind, that already had a ton of people not like it. Why in the world would that fucking work for people that don't read comics like you guys? Why would that work? You obviously would not like it. It's pretty telegraphed, right?
Well, what I think they're doing is I think they're hoping that by making it more mainstream or presenting it to a mainstream audience, to a movie audience, I think they're hoping that will boost the comic sales.
Yeah, but that's the thing is those never correlate though.
Well, of course not, but they don't know that. I mean,
they tried that for years. Yeah,
just look at the trash they're writing. I mean,
even the DC comic initiative with Superman that they're doing the Summer of Superman event, they literally think because you're gonna watch that Superman movie that people are gonna read Superman comics. It's like no, and hey, I think that movie's gonna be good. I actually generally think it is, but that movie, despite how good it may or may not be, it is not going to convince people to go read Superman comic books. This is also why the average person's an idiot. Literally right now, before Brave New World ever came out, before it was ever even a thing, you yourself, the audience, could have always read Captain America, Sam Wilson comic books. You never did. You want to know why? You were not interested. You didn't care. Gee. People don't understand. You don't have to wait for a superhero movie to come out, start reading the material. You don't. There's years people could have done it for Sam Wilson's Captain America. Right now, no one's stopping you. You could legit go read a Superman comic book. You right now can, before that movie ever even hits theaters coming up in July. People just don't like reading comic books. It's just what it is. And people don't like reading in general, but imagine going out of your way for nerds are very fucking nerds are losers, if we're being honest here. Not me, I'm a Giga Chad, obviously.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if I'm trying to read Brave New World, do I go with the Hulk comic or do I go with...
That's another thing too. I said that in my spoiler-free review, my episode of Full Day Going to the Movie Theater that came out. This feels like a discarded Hulk movie script they can't do because Universal Studios holds the rights to the Hulk. People don't know that. They actually have Namor, the great Namor, as they say nowadays. And they have a few other characters for Marvel too, because Marvel, as you guys know, comic books went bankrupt back in the 90s and they sold off a lot of the characters because they had to make money. And then they got the Fox stuff back, but Universal's like, you have to play hardball with us to have the Hulk, honestly. So that's what it felt like. Did it not feel like a Hulk movie script that they just couldn't do without the Hulk? Because you already don't have Steve Rogers as Captain America. So now you have Sam Wilson Captain America, right? And then now you don't even have Captain America villains in the Captain America movie. So what the fuck are we doing here? So it's not a Captain America movie without Steve Rogers, and it's not also a Sam Wilson Captain America movie either. Fucking hell, man. What are we doing here, Marvel? Holy shit, dude.
The movie was a mess because they didn't know what they wanted it to be.
That's what I said too. Yeah. It felt like, okay, you have this like political thriller espionage plot that they discarded for like some crime thriller plot, and then that's discarded for this like world big battle plot, and that's discarded for this inner turmoil. It's so jumbled. All the plots.
Are you calling the Zoolander Manchurian Candidate thing like a political thing?
They said it's going to be a political thriller. It was going to be very similar to Winter Soldier. That's what they said.
Well, I mean, you can get tastes of that. It seemed like they were going somewhere a little bit different, a little bit more, I don't know, around the year 2020-ish politics. You can still get flavors of that, but it feels like Disney was telling them in the rewrites, hey, take anything possibly political out of it. But you still got that.
As you say that, you know what's crazy? When I was watching it, you could tell there was reshoots in it if you were following this story as long as we were. I want to know what movie they had before this.
You could tell that there were just green screens behind actors? What?
Okay, it was very noticeable in the third act when the leader revealed himself to Cap, Sam Wilson. You could tell
in the third act. I thought that was like in the first act. I mean, they gave everything away like in the first third of the movie.
No. Remember when the leader was at the White House?
Okay, yeah.
Tell when Anthony Mackie was talking to him, you could tell that's obvious green screen shit. They did not film that in the same day. You couldn't never give me believe that. Also, the problem where this movie suffers, the same shit I gave that M. Night Shyamalan movie Trap. Everything about this movie, guys, is in the trailers. Literally, I shit you not. You watch the trailers for this movie right now on YouTube. You've seen the whole movie. I'm being honest here. Go watch the trailers. Watch the whole movie. There's nothing special here.
Yeah.
The only thing special that happens in the movie is Bucky randomly appears when Sam Wilson's down and out.
For like 30 seconds.
Yeah, but we knew that was going to happen because this happens in like every movie. Like main hero's down and out. His best friend comes to give him that pep talk to get him back in the game. We knew it was going to happen. Literally, that's the easiest telegraph thing in storytelling. Betty Ross apparently is in the movie. I don't think she's here. I mean, I think that was just a deep fake. I think that was just AI. No way she was there.
Well,
her lips literally weren't moving.
Yeah. Well, there were leaked scenes that we had all seen like a year ago where she's actually at a funeral site or a grave site. And I would have to think that, whose funeral would she be going to? I think they went ballsier with it before. So I don't know. But that entire thing got scrapped. So
even if the writing was good in this film, folks already had their minds made and wait for this film to come to Disney Plus. I mean, you never know, man. It's this movie, I will say, it has a very mixed reception. People are saying it's the worst. People are saying it's not the worst. There's people that say they actually liked it, they enjoyed it. You don't always look at one specific group's opinions and think that's just everyone's, because that's just generalizing. Don't do that. Guys, I've given up being hot, rich, and handsome. MSK. See that I'll never say that ever, because I'm just that every day. Winter Soldier, one of my favorite MCU movies. Gray's funny. That's a lie. People can't change their opinions. They didn't. That's the problem, is they didn't. No one's changed their opinion on Sam Wilson, Captain America. They don't like it now. Didn't like it then. Don't like it now. Nothing's changed. Also, you know what's happened? No one's changed their mind on watching a superhero film and then reading a comic book. That's also never changed. The Fantastic Four movie coming up. Anybody reading Fantastic Four comic books now? You guys out there just consuming all that shit? No, you haven't. Don't even lie, man. No, you haven't, because you're not doing it. Literally, or like we'll use what are superhero movies coming up this year?
Some shows got me to read comics. I got to be honest. I read the Invincible run now.
I actually did.
I mean,
I know Invincible.
They're doing something a little bit different, and I really dig it. So I wanted to see where they were going with those comics. But
Invincible comics are pretty good, right? It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, they're awesome, man. Yeah. But MCU hasn't made me want to read anything.
You know why?
There's no they're sticking with any of that anyway.
Well, there's no synergy. You watch. Hypothetically say you watch this movie, Brave New World. You're like, you know what? I really do want to dive into Sam Wilson, Captain America. I guarantee you, this Sam Wilson's cap is not the same as those. That's the problem. There's no synergy. You're not getting the same character. People want to go see the same character that they saw on screen in a book, and that's just not going to be the case either.
No, that's a good point that you bring up. A friend of mine, he's a huge Hulk fan, and when he saw this movie, he was ticked off. One of the biggest things that bothered him was the leader. He's like, that was not the leader. That's not the leader from the comics or any of the cartoons or anything. This is a completely different character.
Like people have said that
it was a different character too before, because there was a Funko Pop release where it spoiled a lot of the characters, but he didn't look like that. He didn't have that broccoli head formation, if you will. I mean, goddamn, there's one scene in this where he's wearing a hat, and it's like that hat looks kind of tight. I'm just saying, with the way that his head is currently formed, that would be killing many brain cells. He'd be like MSK in that very moment.
Maybe that's why he keeps getting outsmarted by Captain America. Maybe he is losing those brain cells from that hat.
Fair enough. That does make sense.
Yeah, because for somebody who's so intelligent, he always turns around and says, I didn't anticipate that from you, Cap.
But he sees every possibility.
Exactly.
It's like he's got the Mind Stone.
Great movie we're talking about here, obviously. Fucking hell, man. Give me one second here. I'm literally gonna steal this thumbnail from this place. It's mine. I have to use it for a video. This will be the thumbnail. It's gonna look so fucking janky. Oh my god. Okay.
You gave us some easy ammunition there.
So the other thing is, if you'll ask people, what do you like about it? They'll be like, well, I like the action. The action was nothing we haven't seen before in the MCU.
Oh, but this time Hulk was red.
Like, we've seen this movie's action in the MCU better in the other movies. Because, like, we were talking about.
You've seen Giancarlo Esposito step out to the middle of the street and shoot up a car. You've seen that before? Come on.
I will say, I never saw Steve Rogers have that type of control of the shield. I mean, this Sam was, busting up or exploding missiles with that thing. I mean, that was like a pinball on those missiles.
Well, this is a special Wakanda shield now and suit.
That's true.
Sick. It's one of these, man. We're at this point now where I don't even know what the MCU wants to do, because they have so many fans, they're gonna watch anyway. Like, still, what's crazy? This is one of the few franchises still around where people are still willing to literally give them money because I think in the back of their heads, people are thinking, "Damn, I just want it to be like how it used to be. Used to be so damn good." I'll say one of the biggest lies and myths created about the MCU was that there was always good movies in those first 3 phases. That's just objectively not true.
No, that's
But
not true.
what those worst ones had that these worst ones don't is because at least the main character would still be very fun to see. Like Iron Man 3 is bad, but at least RDJ's performance is memorable. You like it. You enjoy him on screen, and it still mattered toward a character arc for his character. These ones don't have
saying how much you enjoyed Joaquin.
What the hell did you say to me? Walking who? Is that walking these nuts in that girl's mouth? Like, what are you talking about? What the hell are you saying to me? You talking
about
gibberish?
The new Falcon, sir. Joaquin, the comic relief of this movie.
Danny Marias? Yeah, he was certainly a taco of all time. Huh. God, man. But, yeah, geez, I don't... Because that's the thing. How I say for people, this isn't the worst MCU movie, because that's been a weird narrative, too. This is not the worst MCU movie. This is nowhere as bad as Captain Marvel. Not even close. I'll give you 5 right now. Captain Marvel... Spider-Man Far From Home, The Eternals, Love and Thunder, Thor Dark World, Iron Man 3, both Ant-Man sequels, because that's 8 right there, I'll give you. Throw in some more there if you need to.
I'm forgetting. Which
People
one
think
was
Thor
the one with
Ragnarok's
Mickey Rourke with the whip? Was that Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3?
That was Iron Man 2.
It wasn't great. I don't like revisiting that one.
That one's just okay. I wouldn't call that the worst MCU movie, though. I think Iron Man 3 is like just absolutely just dribble. Yeah, that's 8 movies right there. I can just go on top of my head. I mean, Homecoming's pretty just that could be in there as 9. Black Widow. Do you guys remember that one? That's 10 right there. This movie would be like middle of the pack somewhere in all of those, honestly.
But I don't know, those Spider-Man ones that you mentioned, I can find reason to watch those. They're kind of fun.
Moments in Homecoming. There's very great moments.
So what's the good moment in this? What's the fun? What does this even lead to with the rest of the franchise?
I got it. A black guy existing.
We had that before.
There.
We had Rhodey, man.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, but he was a Skrull, wasn't he?
Oh no! Don't tell me that. Oh no!
You know, nobody watched Secret Invasion, and you can't prove he was a female Skrull.
That's true. We could just ignore that entirely, which I hope they do, because I don't want to see Emilia Clarke again.
Oh, good God, man. Okay, so this movie is almost ready to be talked about. We're gonna go over this because, guys, as you know, I usually talk about movies. Box office numbers a lot of disingenuous reporting going out there, so we're gonna definitely have some fun here. As you guys know, you guys come here for fun, and that's definitely what I'm gonna be giving you. Let's do box office mojo really quickly, make sure I have these numbers up. The reason why box office mojo is important is because we can see the disparities between international and domestic. Ooh, it's a nice disparity here. I like it. I love it. Then I'm gonna bring up some of these show media bullshit going on now. It's just WZ says it's an outdated, bland movie. Yeah, it would be like if I gave you a bag of Lay's and it was the original kind and it was just no flavor to them. It's just the plain salty ones, the original. And then I gave you Lay's that were the wavy barbecue ones. This movie would be the plain ones. Yeah, it's not bad. They're not great. They're just rather meh. You know? I don't
disagree
know.
with you. I think this would be
flavor of Lay's. Would this be for you?
So this is not Lay's material, sir. This is like Chex Mix minus any flavoring. It's just you've handed me some dry cereal.
So
I wouldn't even said it's Chex Mix because you get a mixture of things there, you know. So.
Yeah. Those square, what are those little things? Are those little square things? They'll taste pretty good, honestly. But fuck, what'd you call this? Kick cereal? It tastes like shit, but it's not. I don't know,
man. Those are kid tested, mother approved. I don't know that this movie was.
What was it? What are those? The corn pops?
Oh, Special K. Special K.
Okay, there you go.
If you eat Special K, you're a grandma. You in a retirement home. That's what old people eat. Like Raisin Bran. Who eats Raisin Bran cereal? That tastes like shit. Literal
Raisin
shit
Bran's
on the
pretty
ground.
based.
That's that. You need to be in prison.
Hey, what can I say? Every time I go over to my grandma's house, I'd have Raisin Bran, and it was great.
Sounds like an insult to Lay's. Generic bland potato chips. No,
That's what I'm saying, man. Like generic Lays are great.
Really?
This is not that. Yeah, that's got something of substance to offer. I mean, there's at least a salt fat thing that makes it hyper palatable. This movie was not hyper palatable. I'm sorry. This is like white bread, and that's it.
White bread tastes like shit. I'll give you that one. White bread tastes pretty bad. I'll say, okay, like Reese's white chocolate. That's what this is. Okay, that's actually shit. Don't ever eat those white chocolate Reese's. Those taste really bad.
I mean, you still got Reese's peanut butter, though. There's something good inside there. There's not that here.
You guys are disgusting. I'm not even going to answer. Oh, Reese's peanut butter. Get the fuck out of here. That also tastes like butthole.
I understand. You're not into white things.
No, I mean, I don't know, but to me, this is more like Diet Coke.
Even Diet Coke somewhat tastes decent.
But compared to Coke Zero, I mean, you could.
Oh, I got it. This movie is. Have you ever tried the coffee flavored Coke? That might be the
flavored.
Yeah, Coca-Cola has these like
Coke
coffee
Black.
flavored.
It was great, man.
It's a can that looks like this, and it's
okay. No, I've never tried it.
That is the worst thing I've ever drank in my entire life. It tastes like licking the concrete while fucking trying to eat dirt. It's that bad.
You are very familiar with that flavor and that particular way of acquiring it. So I get it. You are the expert of that. But I don't know. I view this like instead of, a good pizza, this is like a hot and ready.
So like my wife?
Sure. It's $5.
All right. That was a good one. I'll give him that one. Okay, you were kind of cooking with that one. Okay.
Didn't you say you wanted to see your ex for $5?
Okay, you got me there. You guys got me. You win. Fucking hell. All right, we are almost ready for the video. What narrative should I set up first? The show media, or should I set up me being based as hell?
I'd say surprise us, but you'd probably restart the stream. So
I'm never doing that. I honestly never did that ever. We're literally producing the best quality discussions and entertainment here on YouTube, and you guys should subscribe. Shameless plug. Honestly, on my own show. See, that's how you can joke around with me. But I'm retired from women. I will never believe women morals or ethics or actions, as you say, ever again. I am done. I just need a girl to come over and ride my face so bad my fucking eyes roll back like a slot machine in Vegas. I am DONE! Exclamation point. Done. We're done here. Good Lord.
Oh, I thought you were spelling a different word. I thought you were saying DUMB.
All right. So also make sure you guys go and check out Bob's movie review on Captain America Brave New World. If you want like a quick, short, sweet review, it's only like about 6 minutes anyway. I'm dropping mine, like I said early in the show, later tomorrow. I just have to make sure I just do the usual intro and outro on it. We're really doing good here. Also, Cyfax not here tonight, guys, because he's sick. So my token white guys
not being here. Around you. We got you. No, like we all feel it from week to week. Cyfax deserves a break.
You see, Chloe, if I asked you what was your favorite sex position, you'd probably think I'm a fucking weirdo. But I'm not doing that. I'm a changed man now. I would never do that. I'm reformed, guys.
Because he's retired from women as of tonight.
He's going to be asking the guys that.
That's never happening. That'll never happen. Ever.
Backstage, okay? I remember you asking Bob what it tastes like, though.
That's just gay. That's just flame. Are you a flaming homo? What's wrong with you? You need help, Gray. Good Lord, man. But we're just at this point in the MCU where, like, that's why I had more hope for Thunderbolts. It just looked like more of a fun movie. And keep in mind, I think this movie's tone kind of proves the MCU can maybe do a serious tone in a movie, but what's the point of having a serious tone if the story doesn't match a serious tone? Like, they always get criticized because they can't do serious movies. And, it's like, okay, you could just always play into your strengths. These movies had serious moments in them, even when they were super jokey. They just kind of always would cut from the serious moments to a joke. That was wrong.
Right.
All people said was stop doing that, and you would have toned down that criticism easily. But you have movies like Thor Ragnarok that are literally nothing but a joke every 5 minutes. Like that.
Yeah, but the Thor movies are kind of that way. Like he's kind of a joking character, you know, like he tries to hang his hammer on like the coat rack or whatever. But like you think back on the Cap movies, it's like, is it really that funny that there's this kid who's too scrawny, but he won't give up, and then you know he dives on a grenade, and then you've got what is it? You know, with now I'm forgetting what they called the second one, but you got the whole Bucky thing. You know, like
Winter Soldier.
I don't think Winter Soldier. Thank you.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's a whole bunch of comedy, and then the next one you've got Civil War. It's like that's not super comedy. They've done a more serious tone with most of the Cap movies.
Pretty much is pretty serious throughout most of the movie. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't feel like they are jokey tones, but man, this one just feels like it's all over the place.
When you bring that up, the directors of the Captain America movies, Joe Johnston for the first Avenger, then you had the Russo brothers for the second two. And Infinity War and Endgame, there's jokes in there, but it's balanced to a certain extent. It's serious. You know, there's very serious tones in both of them. It's literally the Russo brothers that do it too. And it was crazy. They almost weren't going to do the two Avengers movies coming up. They actually wanted other people. I remember they're going to hire the Shang-Chi director to direct the Kang Dynasty. We was Kangs. That would have been a tragedy. That'd have been a fucking hell, man. That would have been tragic. Holy shit.
I want to know how much money they threw at the Russos in order to get them to come back.
They said they were
enough.
RDJ money. Only going to do it if they did it. So keep in mind, I will say the Russo brothers did the best MCU movies in a lot of people's opinions. I don't know why they wouldn't be on your like, I want to get those guys to do my Avengers movies. It's like, why were they never even the first choice? Literally, they made the best MCU movies in a lot of people's minds. Civil War and Winter Soldier. That should automatically just be when a lot of people like Infinity War. I think Infinity War, it's not like I don't hate it. I don't like it. It's just, it has some problems here and there. But Infinity War, solid, pretty good, solid movie for what it is. Endgame, pretty good, solid finale for the MCU. I would prefer different things happen, but that's just my opinion. Why were they not the first choice? They're gonna go with the Shang-Chi director? Are you out of your mind? What?
Hey man, you brought up a whole bunch of your 10 least favorite one. Shang-Chi wasn't on that list.
I thought that's what this movie is. It's kind of like Shang-Chi. I didn't hate watching it after I finished it. I just was like, all right, cool. I don't know if that's bad or good.
I hear what you're saying, but Aquafina though.
I have not even seen Shang-Chi since I saw it in the theaters. I haven't watched it again.
She wasn't the problem for me. It's because how stupid they made his dad. His dad sees the mom dead, and he truly believes she's talking to him from the grave. Okay, that's just you'll fucking hell.
My problem was how stupid
Plot over
Shang-Chi.
I mean, what else is there? Fuck. I mean, if people want to count the TV show, shows and movies, you can't really honestly rate that together. Like, yeah, Shang-Chi's like this one. They're fucking flip a coin, you know? Because I didn't hate watching it. After I finished it, I was just like, it's like, damn, all right, cool. On to the next. Pretty much that's how it worked for me, you know? What other movies are in there? Like, is there any other one we're forgetting? No, we've named all of them. Oh, Wakanda Forever.
Doctor Strange 2, I'd put.
Doctor Strange 2 is the same tier. Yep. I didn't hate. I don't know, man. A lot of problems with it. That would be a bad movie.
Let Raimi cook though. Good. Like, there's some cool shit that Raimi got to do. Like that through the mirror scene is really awesome. But the fact that they had like the sets done and like parts of the script, or they had the sets done before they had any part of the script in. Like he was locked into some weird shit. I wish I could see what Raimi really had envisioned for it. Just like I wish we could have gotten the Edgar Wright Ant-Man. Yeah. Like that would have been really cool. But
it sucks though. Yeah.
What we got's not what we were promised. And that's kind of their go-to. Even with like Iron Man 2, they greenlighted everything before they talked to Favreau to direct it, before they talked to anyone about getting a script, before they talked to anyone. They had already announced the date of it. They keep doing shit like that and locking them into these kind of crazy productions that just you can get lightning in a bottle a few times, but if you're doing it on the spot, it's never going to be as good as if you actually had this shit planned out.
Wasn't the same a spot that Josh Whedon was in with Justice League, because it was supposed to be Scott Derrickson who directed the first Doctor Strange. He drops out mid-production. They go pull Sam Raimi, who was filming his newest Evil Dead movie at the time. He was filming that. So I'm pretty sure it was filming them both at the same time. It's like I've got to be honest here. I would have just got a whole dude. I would just start a production over, honestly, because he's supposed to come in and do what? What was he supposed to do? He did the best he could given the circumstances he was in. But then keep in mind, he takes all the blame for that. Yeah,
they did the same thing with Thor 2. Kenneth Branagh
technically
did the
wasn't
first one.
Kevin Feige's fault. Patty Jenkins said she was going to do it and dropped out the last minute when she saw the script.
But they did the same thing that they did to Favreau on that. They already announced when they're going to do the second one before they talked to Branagh, who directed the first one. Granted, he had that weird thing where it was like a pan to the side every time that was supposed to be kind of like a page turning. It's weird. It's kind of distracting going back to it, but he had this vision for it. Like it has a certain look to it. And then you get to Dark World and it's nothing like that.
That Thor movie?
But again, they announced everything before they talked to him, and they had a date before he even had a script. So he's like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Yeah,
Before Patty Jenkins ever got in there.
Jenkins thought she was going to do it, and she was like, "You know what? I saw the script and I didn't want to do it." Fair enough, right? But she got that script I mean, I don't know how long it took them to write the script, and then they got a guy that directed just one episode of Game of Thrones to do an MC movie. That's like, all right. So a guy who directed an episode of TV is now just going to hold your big blockbuster.
He did a few other things than that, and they got the one doctor from.
Oh my god! Age of Ultron. That's pretty mid. It's not really good. It's just pretty meh, honestly.
I would say it's an average MCU movie.
Yeah, I would say that is like peak average MCU. Great moments. Lows are just very flawed.
It sets up something. What does this one set up?
It has a black guy.
We already had him though. Like he was the Falcon.
Donald Trump in the White House raging out against democracy. That was God, man. Next week, I'll start wearing the MAGA hat on these shows. Gotta pull it out.
As mid as a lot of those other ones are, they set something up, and it feels like there's a reason.
At least they had a purpose in the grand scheme of things.
I don't see what this is doing, what this set up. Like other than
we know
Tyler's kind of back.
We know for sure that Sam has to reform the Avengers. Other than that,
does he?
He needed to be told. It was crazy. He had to get told that by Thaddeus Ross, someone who destroyed the Avengers himself. Fucking hell, man.
Yep, but then he got fired again, and then at the end he's like, "Okay, fine, I'll bring in Joaquin. We'll be good. You're part of it too.
Good Lord,
us
man.
With no superpowers, we will create the Avenger."
All right, you guys ready for a
Let's do it.
Oh. Well, I think it's a banger, but it's okay. It's okay. I have my own catchphrases, and you guys just love me for it. Time for some quality and not quantity, but I can have both, honestly. Chloe says, not lying on Age of Ultron being mid. Apparently, my brother, who doesn't care at all for the MCU, thought it was like the 5th Avengers movies team up. Yeah, I mean, Joss Whedon, if you watch Avengers Age of Ultron, just compared to the first movie, the first movie was just way better. It's just first movie just beats it by every milestone, man. And the end fight scene is just the same as the first movie, except it's just with weaker fucking underlings of Ultron. And they beat Ultron relatively pretty easy. Like,
Loki, but without Jarvis this time.
Him. He brought that giant fucking, I forgot what it's called, the Chitauri invasion, those other giant fucking, what do they call them? Those giant Chitauri machines down.
Sky Centipede.
Yeah, they had to like strategize to beat Loki. They didn't really strategize hard to beat Ultron. You know, like Hulk one-shotted him. He couldn't just do that in the middle part of the movie, finish that dude off. Like Ultron, first of all, Ultron should never be treated like that. Ultron is a fantastic villain, honestly.
I hear what you're saying, but Hawkeye brought it up. He's like, "Hey, look, I've got a bow and arrow, and I'm shooting it at these things."
Oh God, great! No, he fell for the wholesome moments. Oh no. God, great. Why does it not fall for those moments? No, you know why he did that? Hawkeye was apparently Clinton Barton was mad. He didn't get a lot of screen time in the first Avengers movie. That's why you saw his appearance in Age of Ultron dialed up. You know, people said Avengers fucking had a lot. I mean, I don't really see any problems with that first Avengers movie. It's pretty good. Go back and watch it. Holds up pretty well, honestly. People say, "Oh, it's Joss Whedon jokes." Are you fucking stupid? Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. People have guys. The MCU did not invent humor. Wherever you idiots think online, the MCU humor's been in movies since like the fucking 50s. Even before that, humor's always existed in the movies. Okay, you know, I didn't get any Trump from the movie. Good Lord.
Supposedly they had to play that down. Kind of the angry red man in office. Yeah, I think they toned it down significantly from what the initial script was.
Who's talking about always? Who's always talking about unity? Trump is always talking about unity. He wants to unify the country. He wants to make things better. Well, wasn't that what Thaddeus Ross is doing? I mean, it's also weird because that would make your signs red and their signs were blue in the fucking hell MCU. Oh, the white president raging out as Hulk, destroying the White House, destroying democracy. Come on, the innuendos. I think
WZ was right.
On, man.
You don't get a lot of Trump from it now, but the reports of what the original script was kind of supposed to be, I think it had a little bit more tones of that.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well, that they really toned this.
They thought Kamala Harris was going to win the election. Fucking hell, did that take age like milk? That's like sour milk you drink and your fucking butthole is exploding, honestly. So, hey everyone, I am a black guy and your daddy. See, I can be quality and entertainment. You know? All right.
Well, let's do take two.
Take two, that's only take one. What are you talking about? I was joking. I'm a master of the Riz. All right, let's be serious here with the quality. Hey everyone, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Captain America: Brave New World's box office opening weekend worldwide. So this is the 35th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it feels like just yesterday. The MCU just started back in 2008 with Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. But like with all franchises, they start out very, very good and then just come completely falling down as the years go by. So what's really interesting about this movie is that this movie, as you guys know from our previous Captain America: Brave New World videos we've uploaded to the channel, is that this movie's budget is the one thing that we're going to be talking about a lot in this video. So I'm just going to just preface it like this to make sure you guys understand this, okay? So the media is trying to essentially play this movie's box office opening weekend as some sort of like big win, but there's a big problem with that. So this movie has went through extensive reshoot. It basically was built from the ground up, dismantled, built from the ground up, dismantled, and built from the ground up and dismantled multiple times. Multiple test screenings with all those dismantled movies that I just told you about, all scrapped. You know, they essentially, within like what the last one that we heard about, almost reshot the entire movie. Nobody goes to work for free. Do you guys think all these actors, background actors, set designers, camera people, all went back to these different movies for free?
Well,
really, I mean, that's stupid?
To be fair, it didn't look like a lot of the sets were actually used for a lot of the reshoots. They just had like a cheap green screen behind them.
Fair enough. So,
but your point is still, it stands. You're right. You still have to have a full crew.
And keep in mind, you know, this movie's budget apparently rumored ballooned to like $350 million. And people said that was from the Word of Real, which they posted on IMDb, as you guys see that on Twitter, right? I know a lot of you guys are more on Twitter now because of the election. It's good. Be on Twitter. That's where you should get your real news from, not from CNN or MSNBC. So this is why, you know, the media is trash. Let me just point out a pure example for you. So apparently we're not supposed to believe the media, but yet we're supposed to also believe them. IMDb, who at the Word of Real reports that the movie's budget ballooned to $350 million, but then they have the Hollywood Reporter come out and say, no, that never happened. So let's just think about this like logical human beings. They want you to believe the media when the other media say a truth and the next media says it's a lie, okay? So the Hollywood Reporter's article did not debunk the movie's budget exploding. All they said was that it just never happened. They didn't provide any receipts of it not happening. And the only way to prove it is Disney has to come out and basically say it didn't happen. There's only one way to find out it'll ever happen. You know that recent video we had talking about the movie's budget and the media lying about it, like we uploaded? This company has lied about movies' budgets repeatedly. Doctor Strange 2, Ant-Man 3, The Marvels. That's 3 examples right there. That's right there. 3 strikes, you're out. I will never believe you on movie budgets with this company. Because keep in mind, the reason why people generally believe movie budgets is because there's no way for us to prove if they're lying at all. But even if they're lying, it doesn't even matter because they're screwed either way, as I'll say in a moment here. So the Hollywood Reporter did not debunk anything. They just said what Disney wanted them to say, okay? Keep in mind, I go to the next thing I wanted to bring up here. Let's just hypothetically say the movie's budget is $180 million. So we learned today that the movie has to essentially make $425 million to break even. And as we say that, as you guys know, I always bring this up, that's not profit. That means the studio doesn't even profit from the movie, even if it hits $425 million. So you got to kind of consider if it takes in about $200 million more dollars, I'll say, to be fair. And if it hits $600 million, you could be in profit range. This movie's not hitting that. I mean, if it does, I'll be like I'm wrong. But
it's got to be more than that.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
so if we use,
I could understand if it was like an average, like advertising budget. Right. They just did a Super Bowl commercial for it. Granted, it was like a tie-in with Tide, but man, like your average Marvel movie doesn't have a Super Bowl ad with it. Like that's gotta put that marketing budget through the roof.
And keep in mind, they haven't even set the marketing budget. If we ever figure out what the marketing budget is, oh my God, the shills are not going to be very happy about that. The other thing I'll bring up here, maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. The reason why Doctor Strange 2, the Marvels, and Ant-Man 3's budgets were really revealed was because they were filmed in the UK. Disney has to file those tax reports about what they actually filmed over there to get the tax credit back. If this movie has any scenes filmed in the UK, they have to file those tax reports to get those credits back. If that ever happens and those numbers come out, then we'll know the real budget of the movie. Happened with those 3 movies? Did it happen with this one? Were any of these movie scenes filmed in the UK? I hope so. We get that actual number, but it doesn't matter either way. Keep in mind, guys, movie has to hit like $600 million to make profit. Who are like, oh, good, breaking. No studio sits there and invests almost $200 million to go, man, I just really wanted to break even, dude. I just love breaking even. I can't wait to break even. I can't wait to fucking pay all my stars up front and then just get butt fucked on the back end of my movie flopping. You people know this.
I mean, that is what you're always looking for. So
wake up in the morning, feel like you probably.
Yeah, you got your baby oil. But I know you probably don't have this information, but did they ever give out what the estimated budget was before the reshoots or anything like that?
It was always rumored to be $180 million, even before, like years ago.
You'd have to assume that it's more than that. I don't know if it's the full 380.
I wouldn't doubt if what they're reporting is before any reshoots, and they just are reporting that now.
Right.
A lot's going to depend on how extensive the reshoots actually were, and I don't think we'll ever really know that because you have
the director's lying about it now.
Yeah,
he's saying it happened.
The director's saying one thing, you've got reports saying another thing, you got rumors, you got all this other stuff.
Right.
I do know what's his name, that wrestler Seth Rollins, who was supposed to be in the movie. He flat out said that the movie now is nothing like what he filmed.
But apparently the director came out and he said there were no reshoots. Guys, literally.
Well, I mean, is Seth Rollins in it or is Giancarlo Esposito in it? Because the thing is, Sidewinder wasn't in it. It was the other members of the Serpent Society.
Let's just go with what Bob just said. Is he a liar? Did he sit in that movie, film that shit, and they didn't put in there? Is he a liar? Or is it a director lying?
Now, it could have been just a case where they cut it, but where they cut his performance out completely. But from my understanding, what he said was that the movie and the script is completely different now from what it was when he was filming. So that meant that there was some extensive changes to the movie.
And the other thing to bring up regarding this movie's budget, guys, let's look at it this way, because Sci-Fix always uses this one example, but I'll amplify because I'm a genius. I have 200 IQ for a reason, like Shikamaru from Naruto. Essentially, look at it this way. You're putting in this much into a movie. You want to be getting profit back. Anyone that sees a movie's number just as the number it made. Theaters take their cuts. The international theaters take their cuts. Okay. Actors have always been very fair with this, so I'll give them that, even though they've been a piece of shit recently. Actors, for the most part, for most movies, always get paid up front. Most of the directors do. So keep in mind, the studio is already, I'm going to bat for them, I'm like shill. They're already batting for this movie at a loss, because they've already paid you millions up front. So, like, let's use Joker 2, for example. All those actors you guys saw in the movie, like Lady Gaga, Joaquin Phoenix, they got paid up front. They're already paid. So the money you have to make in the movie theater makes up for all that. That's the idea going behind it. And well, that didn't happen, obviously. So you're just out of money. That's the thing. So these studios don't want to break even. Anyone that's saying that, I literally will never listen to your opinion, because I know you're just fucking stupid. No studio invests that much money and wants to just lose or just get nothing out of it. That means essentially if you break even, you get nothing out of it. went and did all this for what? Why do we have this movie then? If you don't make money, because making money justifies. Oh, well, at least I made money. At least I got millions of dollars. That's the end goal, right? You can't be like, you can be mad if you made money. I can't be mad at that either. But if you don't make any money and now the movie's trash, we're just fucked, right?
No, but the thing is they don't want to just make money. They want to make extensive money. Like, they don't want to just have made like $5 million in profit on this thing. Yeah, that's not good for investors. Say, okay, I'm going to invest $180 million, and 3 years down the line, I'm going to make a profit of $5 million. That's not what they're doing. They're banking on a Marvel movie that the name brand is going to draw people out to the theaters, and they're going to make a decent amount of money here. They're not hoping for a small profit or to break even, like you said, MSK. They want a huge profit. Now, again, they're banking on the name Marvel and that they're going to put out a good product.
Yeah, and keep in mind, guys, if this movie doesn't make profit for them, they're not going to do any more Sam Wilson Captain America movies. Now, let's be honest, that's probably a good thing after watching this, because they didn't really give you anything anyway. But money is the only real justification for any of these things getting sequels. Now, yes, there is movies that have bombed and got sequels, but I'm talking like for the most general portion of it, right? A lot of the movies you see now, they did very well back in the day to justify getting more of these. I mean, you might even get one MCU movie years from now if this keeps up, because keep in mind, there's going to be exceptions to the rule. I personally think the Avengers movies are going to make a lot of money. Probably $1 billion, because they're Avengers movies. Spider-Man's probably $1 billion still at this point. The last one did $1 billion. The other previous one did $1 billion. Homecoming did $800 million some dollars. Outside of Spider-Man and Avengers, average ones like this will be doing these numbers. Generally, when the movies run us over, probably like $400 million. Is that enough to really keep justifying doing these? If you're only getting $400 million back, you can't scale the budgets back down because they have to hire high-profile talent. That's the reason why you're even going to watch the movies to begin with, honestly. They have no leading men anymore. Who's your Michael Jordan? Who's your Kobe Bryant? RDJ's not here. Chris Evans isn't here. Chadwick Boseman's sadly died. Doctor Strange, well, they cucked that guy in his second movie.
I mean, you got Sam and Joaquin, though.
So, I mean, all right, fucking hell.
In all fairness, Harrison Ford was in this movie, so.
This is certainly a movie of all time. Truly a performance of the decades here. There's really no leading men here anymore. I mean, Tom Holland Spider-Man, no. I like No Way Home. I thought it was pretty good, but no, he didn't lead no Avengers. Be honest here. There's no leading people here. Who's gonna lead the Avengers? Kate Bishop? Miss Marvel? I like Eamon Vellani, I do, but no. There's no leading men here. Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, get the fuck out of here. That's a joke in of itself. Photon? A black lady lead the Avengers. I'll Superman myself off a bridge if that ever happens.
Yeah, man, you still got the Young Avengers. They've been setting that up for quite a while.
Yeah,
so, any day now.
I loved it in the Marvels.
You got Riri.
No, what's crazy? This is how you know the MCU misses their past. I forgot which movie. I'm pretty sure it was the Marvels where I saw the post-credit scene where Eamon Vellani is doing the same shit that Nick Fury did. Okay, guys, we know you missed the past. You can always go back to your past and recreate that, So you can still do it. We want you to. I mean, what are we going to do? That's why X-Men are coming, because the X-Men as characters can lead a lot of different ways, That's why you're hearing more reports of the X-Men movie coming out, very, very soon. So there's no real leading person here anymore. You need a lead here. The reason why people were watching a lot of these movies was because you had a lead character here to follow their journey, like Steve and Tony's character. Thor's character can't be a leader because
you're
they
saying
don't
that
do it for
you were just watching the MCU for the men?
Hell yeah. The men, hell yeah.
We did give up women, so.
Well, Scarlett Johansson and what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen. Damn. All right. So let's start with Culture Crave, who got a lot of heat this past weekend for their apparent shilling of Disney. Hashtag Captain America 4 reportedly needs to make $425 million worldwide to break even. That's okay. If you believe that budget, it's currently at $192 million after its opening weekend. And, you had here where we reported from Deadline. So this is the IMDb one that a lot of you guys know about. But then right here, Culture Crave puts THR debunked that world of real budget thing a while back. IMDb is a site where anyone with an account can add info. I mean, let's just hypothetically say it's true. I've never heard of that. That's like Wikipedia. I'm pretty sure that's Wikipedia, but info I've shared above is from a trade site Deadline. But if we're supposed to believe that media right there, that media company, why am I not allowed to believe this one? It's because they not go with your narrative. That's the problem. And you read this little part right here that he has. I'll just read it to you guys. Despite reports of multiple reshoots on the movie, so far this is the only one. It does not appear to be as extensive as the reshoots that faced Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, which lasted 6 weeks, nor expensive and extensive reshoots endured by the Marvels. In fact, one insider says Brave New World will cost significantly less than the Marvels. That didn't debunk anything. That didn't debunk nothing.
So, according to IMDb, what I'm seeing is the additional shooting, the reshoots cost $100 million. So, was this originally an $80 million budget? Like, that doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Like, yeah. All I've ever heard before the movie came out was it was reportedly over $100 million for a budget. That's all I've ever heard. And this is the report from IMDb that a lot of people went off with. Captain America Brave New World, massive budget reportedly revealed. Captain America Brave New World's budget has skyrocketed to 350 to 375 million due to ongoing reshoots. And then the director of this movie is like, there's no extensive reshoots. These people some are shilling, some can't even keep a story straight. We know it's went through extensive reshoots. That's the reason why it came out in 2025. It was supposed to come out last year, and it got pushed back because of reshoots. The director is retarded. We know there were reshoots on it. That is bro, your brain is fried.
Well, doesn't it come down to your definition of extensive? Maybe for him, if every single shot isn't done, then it's not extensive. It's just, average reshoots of an entire movie.
Yeah. And 90% of them, no, they wasn't extensive.
The movie, we may be looking at an entirely different movie now, but there was no extensive reshoots. This is like the 4th version that they've tried in theaters, right? But who cares? I'll be honest here, I do kind of want to know what those other versions were. I'll be honest here, man. What if those other versions were better than what we got? That might be a possibility. The other versions we got were better.
I am curious.
It would have been so much less bland.
Yeah, right, I'm curious to know what it was before.
I'll be honest, I rather would have had what was before, because this feels like it's just stitched up plots everywhere. I don't know, man.
I got a feeling like the Isaiah Bradley thing would have been a lot bigger, and I don't know. It feels like they could have gone heavily into any of those directions, but instead it's like, okay, I'm moving on. Like, we're just going to skip over this one. Now we're moving on to this new thing. Hey, Sidewinder's here. You guys are interested in Sidewinder, right? It's Giancarlo. Let's do this.
And keep in mind, the movie did this thing of like, we're going to be like Winter Soldier. Giancarlo Esposito's character, he was being like Bucky, shoots up the car, tries to attack. Man, oh, fucking hell, man. He's not Bucky, not the Winter Soldier,
Yeah, no, not even close.
I don't know. Was I the only one to notice that? It felt like they were trying to be Winter Soldier so hard in the first act of the movie that they threw all that shit away. I was like, if you're going to be Winter Soldier, then just do that. No, now we have to do fucking world bullshit here. All right.
The problem I had with the big problem I had with the movie was that the first half of it felt like it was trying to be a Captain America movie, and then it went off to try to be an Incredible Hulk movie, but without the Hulk. And it just doesn't work because you don't have the glue for that franchise, which is the Hulk. I mean, this is a direct sequel in a lot of ways to the Incredible
Hulk. Yeah. And in every way. Yeah. All the villains.
Only 17 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You have all the villains, you have all the plot lines set up. And this movie doesn't even do that. It's not that it's not there, it's more like it doesn't even earn that, because that was done in another movie to set all that stuff up. But again, that's the MCU. So a lot of people are like, MCU, Marvel doesn't lie about their budgets. Literally right here. The reported budget of Doctor Strange, and I remember this is the reported budget. It was $200 to $300 million. The actual budget of it is $419. People will be like, why does that matter? Oh my God. Okay. Explain it very quickly. The movie made $929 million. So if it's a $200 million budget movie, that's profitable. Even if it's $300, I'll give you profit there. I will. Now, if it's $400 million, that changes the conversation. That means it wasn't profitable. That means it broke even. That means they lost, because the movies that have $400 million budgets would have to at least make $1 billion to break even, right? Unless I'm literally not thinking about that correctly. You see how much that context changes depending on what the budget is versus what the narrative you'll actually have an outcome. If it has a $200 million budget, it'd be profitable with what it made. Even this, maybe, give or take, maybe, right? That right there, no. That means it broke even. That means it's a loss leader. That means it failed right there. But they want you to believe it did good based off the reported budget. keep in mind, if they've lied about this, why would they not lie about this movie? And there's more to lose on this movie than this one. This one actually made a lot of money, despite not probably being profitable for the studio. Captain America: Brave New World box office numbers total worldwide domestic opening and records. Following a relatively divisive release, all eyes are now on Captain America: Brave New World's box office performance, both worldwide and domestic, as it strives to make headway as an important MCU installment. That's not happening. Following a relatively follow year in 2024, with Deadpool and Wolverine being the MCU's only cinematic release, but one that broke records as Marvel Studios' latest billion-dollar movie, Captain America: Brave New World is the first of 3 MCU movies in 2025. Whether it continues the momentum of 2024 success, however, remains to be seen. It's not. Spoiler alert. Just not happening, buddy. You know, Captain Africa, Captain EBT, Captain didn't stay there for his kids. Not really doing that. Captain America: Brave New World was already subject to a certain measure of controversy as a subset of MCU fans struggled to reconcile with the fact that Steve Rogers is not embodying the eponymous role. Instead, this is Sam Wilson's...
Dinosaur.
Good Lord, I love dinosaurs. Instead, this is Sam Wilson's solo cinematic debut, launching his tenure as Captain America 4 years after embracing the mantle in The Falcon and Winter Soldier. Keep in mind, all they had to do was just keep Bucky here. In the movie, they swap out Falcon for Mexican Falcon, Taco Falcon, Quesadilla Falcon, Tamale Falcon. You know, I know a lot of people don't like Falcon Winter Soldier. I think that's the best one they've done so far as shows. I did not like Falcon's portrayal. I did not like that. But outside of that, and the villains too. I did like the chemistry him and Bucky had. At least can you give me that? No, I didn't get that. I get Tamale Falcon. What the fuck?
Yeah, we could have had a nice little spy thriller here with Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I think I actually think that the movie introduced some interesting ideas in the first part of the film that could have made for a very interesting story for a Captain America film. But again, this tries to be a Hulk film too. Mm-hmm. And because of that, it just doesn't work. And then, of course, they don't really flesh out those ideas.
You know, some people have said it's basically a long episode of a Disney Plus MCU TV show, or fucking...
Well, kind of. They are following on a bunch of things that were set up, like the whole Isaiah Bradley thing. It comes from that show, but not a lot of people watch that show. So a good portion of the dialogue in this is just exposition.
Same with the Marvels. Same thing. Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, I didn't watch the Marvels. I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I needed a whole bunch of like exposition. Sadly, the dialogue in that one was a lot better. What can I say? It seems like every second line in this is like, "Oh, you are the captain. You did not take the serum." Like they're really setting up a whole bunch of shit that the show did.
Yeah. This movie's expositional dumps were insane. That's what people probably... I'll be honest here. That's why it was probably considered boring. These motherfuckers are literally talking to you like you're retarded. You know? I'm just pointing out. And keep in mind, I like Isaiah Bradley. I don't hate that character. They don't do him justice in this movie. No character is done justice.
This movie would have been so much better if it was just Isaiah Bradley versus Harrison Ford. Like, that would have made sense in so many different ways.
Oh, black guy versus the white guy? Great. Why are you bringing up racial tension?
Instead we got a black guy versus the white guy either way. Or do you not consider Cap black now? I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you would have gotten it. You would have gotten a super soldier against.
Oh, you're right. You got you.
Which would have made sense. Okay. And it's also the dude that imprisoned the super soldier and basically made him do like all these. He would have reason to actually be against, this particular character. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It just sucks. So it was originally called Captain America: New World Order. I do believe it was going to go into it.
Right? It was called.
I think it was the second one.
Yeah, there's called before that as well. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it would have gone more extensively into that, and I think we also would have gotten a little bit more of Thunderbolt Ross like in it, as opposed to just we see him get angry a couple of times and then the big scene at the end. But I would have to think that this whole New World Order thing would have gone more into that. It would have been more of the political thing, and it would have been. Opinion. Yeah. Well, you got to think of the time that we were in when they were kind of putting it into production. It's like, people could see that as this whole conspiracy thing of there is this group of people running. Same thing with what's her name? Now I'm completely forgetting that character's name, but she is supposed to be an agent of Mossad. Instead, they have changed it to where.
Oh yeah.
Ruth. Shoot,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
that
cannot
other-
remember that.
her character's
Yeah.
first name is Ruth. I can't remember her last
Yeah,
name.
that other trash storyline. Oh my god, she's a widow. As it literally adds nothing to the movie at all. Even though this movie pretty much has nothing, that literally adds nothing. It meant nothing.
Yeah,
I was watching a Nerdrotics review earlier today, and he was saying
You watch
that
the white
her
man's review
character,
of it? Crazy.
yeah, he was saying that her character was actually supposed to be a mutant.
Oh, good lord, man.
in the
Ooh,
comic.
Marvel fucked
I
this
didn't
shit
know
up.
that. I just assumed that she was supposed to be that. Now I forget the actual character's name, but you know, she is the Israeli superhero.
Yeah, well, she's supposed to be a mutant, and her character's name was Sabra, I think.
Yeah, that's the one.
In the comic, and she was an agent of the Israeli government there.
Oh, I just want to point out in the movie, because you know, there's that thumbnail people use where he's standing in his new suit with the shield and he's looking. That never happened in the movie. I never saw him do that. But I'm just pointing out, I like the suit he was given. I like that suit from the comic books. I think it's one of the most accurate suits we've ever gotten. Looks fantastic to me. In my opinion, it looks great. Why did he swap the suits? Literally adds nothing. He swapped a better suit for one that just looks uglier. It made no sense. Usually when you swap suits, one does something better. That suit he has there does nothing better. But whatever, fuck me, right? The trepidation surrounding his cinematic debut has threatened to harm the movie's box office success, compounded by an initial smattering of mixed reviews for Captain America Brave New World. At the time of writing, the numbers reports that Captain America Brave New World has grossed over $88 million domestically and $92 million internationally, combining for a total of $180 million globally. This is expected to increase substantially on the President's Day, Monday, February 17th. This also means that Captain America Brave New World has soared past its production budget, though it would need to earn $360 million globally to break even when accounting for post-production costs like marketing, which has been especially active for this Captain America sequel. Okay, that's just
Oh shit!
That's just not true.
That doesn't include today's numbers, then. Okay, so for some reason I thought that the 180 worldwide did include that, but my bad.
So but this is gathered from Thursday to Sunday. Right here, you have the alleged budget domestically, $88 million. Not that bad if we're talking about America, but like, you know, because as people know from the last superhero movies that have come out, our domestic totals have been pretty wonky. Like, not these be big domestic numbers for us. We used to be 160, 180 on the
That's not bad for a February release.
Yeah. You know, keep in mind, for me, I took my fling out to go see a more of a successful black man than myself, and she ended up having sex with me in the theater, allegedly. While reviews for Captain America Brave New World are mixed, it's safe to say that a strong marketing campaign has been relatively fruitful for Marvel Studios. No, it hasn't. Additional factors to its early success include the star power of Harrison Ford, who portrays President Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross in lieu of the late William Hurt, whom they recasted 3 months after dying of cancer, but they won't recast T'Challa. But, you know, fuck me, right? There also seems to be a gulf forming between the opinions of critics and audiences, as Rotten Tomatoes displays a 51% score and 80% audience score for Captain America Brave New World at the time of writing. I will say this. You look at some casual opinions online, they say they didn't hate it. They actually liked it. And keep in mind, it's all subjective. You can like whatever you fucking like. That's your opinion, right? But that's why I say it's mixed. You know, you get people that kind of liked it. You have people that just kind of hated it. You have people that are just kind of in the middle. In the lead up to its worldwide release, Captain America Brave New World was projected to open to $94 million domestically and $190 million globally in a report from Deadline. Now that the opening weekend is drawing to a close, these projections have proven to be accurate, as Deadline reports a $100 million domestic projection from Disney over the 4-day President's Day weekend. Worldwide projections, meanwhile, sit at $192 million, which you guys know it did hit, meaning both have come in slightly above what was expected. With the movie reported to have cost $180 million, allegedly, it has already recouped its production budget in one weekend. God, these people are such shills, man. Holy fuck. This is the updated numbers right here. A strong opening doesn't mean that Marvel is out of the woods yet. However, while it is plausible that generally favorable reviews from casual audiences could help this momentum going, its B- cinema score is the lowest ranking ever received from an MCU installment. I'll be honest here, I'll even give this movie credit. Cinema score means nothing. It actually means even less than Rotten Tomatoes. That's how you know cinema score means nothing. Cinema score is just trash. Literally, I'll say this, B- would not equal a wholly bad movie. B- movies are fine. Like, it would be like, to me, C, D, and F is where you would kind of get to me in the levels of bad. Giving a movie a B and calling it bad is stupid. Come on, let's just be fair there. This means that word of mouth could go either way, either causing it to tank in its second weekend, similarly to Ant-Man and Quantumania, or see it exceed the $360 million required for it to be considered a profitable MCU installment. That's just a fucking objective lie. That's just bull honky. What is clear, however, is that it will capably pass the MCU's lowest grossing movie yet, The Marvels, which ended its theatrical run with just shy of $200 million globally against a reported budget of $270 million. Originally, that was 130. You see how they just lie there? That was not, no. Trades did not say this movie's budget was 270. Go look at Trade's original reports of this movie's budget. It was never 270. That movie's budget was like 150, 130. Get the fuck out of here. You guys are just fucking pieces of shit. It would have to rake in another $100 million, meanwhile, to exceed the global box office of the MCU's lowest grossing movie, The Incredible Hulk, a 17-year-old movie that turned out to be required viewing for Captain America Brave New World. Ant-Man Lost Quantumania opened to a similar $106 million domestically, but lost momentum to finish with $464 million globally. Keep in mind, this movie's box office live and dies by second weekend. If this movie completely tanks second weekend, it's over. If this shit drops to like 70%, I would say it's pretty much screwed there. But it's my opinion.
So I was completely wrong on this one. I was hoping it wasn't going to be over 100 domestically. I guess because I don't know. I'm not that into this one, but obviously it did get that. And we don't even have Monday's numbers in here yet. A lot of people were off today. I'm assuming they did some pretty good business today.
I was off today with my wife.
Yeah, I know you definitely got off today. But
yeah, there you go.
I don't know. When I'm looking at this one, like, so currently it's got 50% from the reviewers, from the critics, and 80% from the popcorn meter. But that's with 5,000 ratings in there. Yes. When I'm looking at the Marvels, they had similar with the critics. They have 370, but they only have 2,500 of regular reviews of it, and they still got an 80%. So we're talking like double the audience reviews on this one.
Also, keep in mind, the average audience person, they're like not trying to be mean here. If you're casual, it's fine, but they're not really looking at talking about movies the same way we are. We're talking about what we liked and didn't like. An average casual, like you mentioned, is talking about this movie like, oh, I think the action was good. That's what it was. And dude, they gave good reviews to the first
5,000 plus reviews though. Like the Marvels didn't have that. I don't think that many people went and saw that.
Yeah. Shit.
Do you think that the momentum is going on this one? I have not heard anyone just absolutely like loving it. I've heard a bunch of people like it's not the worst.
The second weekend, man. I'll be honest. It all comes down to the second weekend. The second weekend will prove if it has staying power to keep, well, obviously making more money. If that second week, when that second weekend number hits after when it comes to Monday, well, we'll have to see. Because right now, this happens very similar with Venom 3. Big number opening weekend, and then week 2 and 3 just kind of just fizzled out a little bit, you know?
You know, Gray, you were mentioning that about Monday's numbers saying that you thought it would do pretty good business today. Their projection for today is 12.2 million domestically.
Damn.
So that's the projection.
It looks like the momentum has slowed then, because I'm not hearing anyone just giving this glowing reviews that it's just amazing. Yeah, there's some people that I've talked to are like, in a vacuum, this isn't a bad movie. It's like, okay, but it's not a vacuum. There's 35, previous movies.
That's a pretty big vacuum right there. You put a lot of things in that vacuum, it gets sucked in there. Just kidding. It was a horrible joke, just like my sex life. Despite its close ties to The Incredible Hulk, Captain America Brave New World is ostensibly a sequel to other Captain America movies, as well as the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Could you say that word again? I just love the delivery of ostensibly.
Good Lord. Given Captain America Civil War was practically an Avengers movie in disguise, it is unreasonable to suggest that Captain America Brave New World could match its $1.1 billion global box office. Instead, Captain America Brave New World is most similar in scale and tone to Cap's first two movies. Cap's first movie came out in 2011. You know how much different inflation was back in 2011?
Yeah.
Like,
that's a big difference.
Shit. It's a massive difference there. So here's the breakdown of all of them. Obviously, this is all just domestic and worldwide. Domestically, keep in mind, let's look at this right now. The Civil War domestically massively beat this. First Avenger came out back in 2011. I don't know why people think that's a win. Your movie that came out in 2025, when the franchise is 35 films deep, beat a movie that was in phase 1 that was like the 4th movie. Congratulations. I hope it should do that. I hope your 2025 movie in a franchise this deep beats the one that came out in 2011. I hope. That's not a win, right?
Real quick question. I can't remember. Was The Winter Soldier on a holiday weekend when it released?
I really don't remember, honestly.
The only reason I'm asking is because then if it wasn't on a holiday weekend and we're only looking at the first 3 days, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, then this would put Brave New World at number 3 on that list.
Yeah. It's reasonable to expect that Captain America Brave New World could at least match the worldwide gross of Captain America First Avenger, which ended at $371 million.
Just to answer Bob's question, it looks like it was released on April 4th of 2014. So I don't believe that was any holiday weekend.
Okay.
That's not even Easter, yeah. Making it the MCU's 3rd lowest grossing movie, hitting Captain America The Winter Soldier's $714 million worldwide. Meanwhile, it is a much taller order considering that it's often considered one of the greatest MCU movies ever made. A somewhat shaky response to Captain America Brave New World certainly suggests that it might struggle to achieve the same trajectory despite opening around the same amount. Much of the criticism leveled at Captain America Brave New World centers around it retreading old ground. While the tried and tested formula has worked for some audiences, others have expressed fatigue at a perceived lack of innovation from Marvel Studios. Should this lead to a substandard box office result, it could greatly impact the MCU and its future installments. Such consequences have already been seen in the wake of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania's substandard box office performance, which preceded the removal of Kang as the multiverse saga's arch villain and its replacement with Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. Actually, that's no. That's literally just because of the legal trouble that fucking hell. What's his name? Black dude. I'm blanking on his name right now. Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah. Literally, they were gonna keep him in this. I mean, they said after it failed, they were thinking of ways to get him out. But let's be honest, he literally got fired because of the fucking legal allegations. Come on, you guys. Recasting the MCU's flagship actor has been perceived by some as a cynical attempt to reignite the magic of the Infinity Saga. It is, relying on RDJ star power to recoup the losses associated with the Marvel's multiverse saga slate of lesser-known faces. This can be compounded by the second substandard box office, though whether Marvel's gambit will pay off remains to be seen. Alternatively, the criticisms leveled at the cookie-cutter narrative of Captain America Brave New World specifically might push Marvel Studios to make bolder moves down the line. Deadpool and Wolverine's R rating proved to be immensely profitable new territory after all. Yeah, people wanted to see Deadpool and Wolverine. They don't want to see Captain Africa. It could also lead to Anthony Mackie's tenure as Captain America being cut short. Oh no, whatever will we do? Or at least see him suffer the same fate as the Hulk and only feature in Avengers movies. Some characters like Hulk and him only need to be in group movies. They shine better there. Some characters literally can't do solo movies. Sorry, not every character can do it. Why don't they try duo movies? Why both Marvel and DC? Why don't they ever try that? Won't you ever try? Oh, I mean, Marvel did do that. Ant-Man and the Wasp. That fucking sucked ass balls.
If the movie doesn't do well in its second weekend, and it turns out that if this is a bomb or just barely breaks even, then they're not going to cut him completely. Most likely we'll just see him in team-up movies.
True. On the other hand, if Marvel Studios is satisfied with the box office results of Captain America Brave New World, then it may see potential in developing more sequels with Mackie at the helm. Oh, good lord. Either way, any changes brought by Captain America Brave New World's performance aren't likely to be seen until after the multiverse saga concludes. Well, as Gray said, he wanted the updated numbers, and we have the updated numbers here from Box Office Mojo. So you have $100 million domestically. Internationally, this is where the movie kind of starts faltering a little bit, because I've noticed that with superhero movies, we usually put up very, very good numbers here, but internationally, they would do very, very well, actually be almost pretty even. This movie's $8 million behind internationally compared to the domestic opening. So I guess people internationally aren't vibing with a black Captain America.
I assume they were going to be doing more on Monday, just since a good portion of America has the day off. But like I said, I haven't heard any like super glowing reviews or anyone highly recommending it. So I'd have to think this means the momentum is dying out, but I guess we'll see.
I want to see that thing you were talking about where you were going over fucking hell, the numbers that you wanted to see. So let's see, international, let's do worldwide really quickly here. If I can find it. So worldwide, that's what it did so far. So if this movie, I wonder where it's going to drop this week coming up. Is it going to be dropping to like fucking hell? We might be looking at a 70% drop, honestly, because I want to see what is the movie planning on making this weekend coming up, because there should be a breakdown of what it's going to do in the actual theaters. Let me see. Let me try domestic right here. Let's see where it's going to be. Okay, here we go. So what's today? Today's the 17th. Today, domestically, it took in $22 million. $735 million.
Well, that's higher. Oh, okay. I was looking at the number next to that. Go over to towards the right. You'll see where it says 12.2.
Oh, so 12.2? You could be right. It could be either one of these. Let's see. All right, that's just, it grossed that much, right?
So yeah, because I looked on Box Office Mojo under the dailies, and it was saying that
okay. Let's say daily. Yes, daily. Okay. Because if we use both of these, that's because right here that's Thursday, right? The 14th is Thursday. No, this is the Thursday night previews for Captain America 62, 64. Yeah, this is oof. I don't know. Week 2 is about to look pretty bad. I'm saying, calling right now, week 2 is going to look like some actual shit. But thoughts and opinions, closing thoughts on this. Gray, I know you love the movie. You have it in your top 10 MCU movies. You think it's better than Winter Soldier and Civil War? Think it's better than the first Avenger? Because you love black people.
I mean, I do love black people. I was really hoping that Nick Fury would be in this one, but for some reason, he's off dealing with flirkins. I don't know. I was hoping that there'd be so much more in this. I didn't hate the whole Falcon and Winter Soldier thing as much as a lot of other people did. It did introduce this kind of interesting character, the Isaiah Bradley character, and I thought that this was going to be a little bit more of that character. He has a reason to be going against Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, but I don't know. I just feel like every part that could have been interesting in this, they kind of decided, we can't really go into that, so let's play it safe. Let's bring in this other plot line, and then it doesn't feel like any one of those just got the weight or time that any of them actually deserve to create anything. It just left me with a super meh opinion on this. It doesn't feel like anything really happened in this movie to me.
Yeah.
We've got somebody that warns that something could happen in the future. But
that's the setup you were asking for. You were asking for setup. You have the generic villain saying there's something bigger coming. Oh, well, good job, Marvel. You really outdone yourself this time.
But I mean, if this movie didn't exist, I kind of feel like we'd be in the same place. Like we already saw in Falcon and Winter Soldier that he has the mantle now. He has the shield. I don't know. I don't think we gained that much other than, we got to see Harrison Ford pick up the mantle of Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, which apparently that one's a mantle as well. So awesome. I don't know. It's just kind of a meh to me. I don't think it's the worst one, but man, it doesn't feel like anything happened in this movie. And I wanted more of almost everything in it, but it feels like there was just controversy where they thought if they went too political, they were going to turn off a whole bunch of their core audience. They thought if they leaned into the Sabra character, they were going to turn off another portion of the audience. So just everything just gets like, I don't know, child-proofed in a way. It feels like they cut the teeth on every part of this and just, we're making it as meh as we can make it. Just nothing's going to really stand out. Nothing's going to be controversial. And it didn't lead to a great film. I don't think I'll ever revisit this one, but maybe I'm being a bit too unfair to this. I thought the dude who did play, now I'm blanking on his name, but the former test super soldier, Isaiah Bradley.
Oh, Isaiah Bradley, yeah.
I thought that dude thought that dude killed it. I wanted to see more of him, and I think they did him really dirty with the haircut that they gave him. I thought he looked amazing in the beginning of it, and then all of a sudden, like, you see him in jail, and it's like, Jesus, like, what did they do to him? They make him look like Sideshow Bob. But yeah, maybe that's just me. Other than that, I don't remember much of this movie, and I just saw it a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's the thing is, before we even got to our review, I was struggling to keep it in my head as long as I was like, fucking hell, I got to keep this movie in my head. We got to talk about it and everything. And then when you talk about it, it's one of those movies where, yeah, there were some cool scenes here and there. I didn't say I hated every bit of it. I didn't hate myself after I watched it, but it's like, it's one of those movies where you just kind of, it feels very empty, very hollow. Like, what did you really get out of it? You know, did you get a good experience? If you got a good experience out there, people, it's all subjective. I'm glad you got a good experience. I'm glad you liked the movie. I'm glad you'll probably even have it in your top 10. If you do, your opinion might be worth less than shit to mine. But since I'm a genius, I have an IQ over 200. I'm Shikamaru from Naruto. It's one of those things where if you just like the action and that made you happy, good enough. You people are easy to please. Michael Bay is happy to have your money at the box office. But yeah, Bob, I'm sure our closing thoughts on this movie's box office opening weekend.
Yeah. Everything that Gray said, pretty much a lot of what I thought. I didn't hate this. I didn't think it was the disaster that everybody thought it was going to be. Yeah. But like I said in my review, this is far from a return to glory. I would rate this as below average. I'd kind of put it at the top of the worst films, and so just like towards the bottom of the below average. There are a lot of MCU films that are worse than this, but like Gray said, it really doesn't go anywhere. And the biggest problem I had with it is that it was trying to be two different movies. It was trying to be a Captain America movie, and it was trying to be a Hulk movie, and it just doesn't go well together. Like, there are several different ideas that were introduced early on that could have been interesting. I would have liked to have seen Falcon or no, to see Captain America and the new Falcon try to foil a conspiracy to assassinate the president, because there was an assassination attempt there. That could have been kind of interesting.
Yeah,
you know, the terrorist organization that took the adamantium, you know, everybody was racing to get it, or else there would be some, you know, global war and whatnot. That could have been interesting. That maybe it was a more volatile substance and that it could cause some real damage, and to see, you know, maybe have the Winter Soldier in it, and you have Cap and the Winter Soldier trying to prevent this terrorist organization from unleashing it. I mean, there are stuff there that could have been a Captain America movie and make it more of a spy thriller. And instead, they didn't decide to follow any of those ideas, and they went the direction of making this a Hulk sequel. And again, it's without the Hulk, so it doesn't go very well together. Plus, they pulled in ideas from several of the other MCU films, stuff from Eternals, and, you know, just all over the place. It's the movie's not well put together. The story's a big mess. And so because of that, yeah, I'm like Gray. I probably won't watch this again.
Yeah, the only way I'd watch some of these bad MC movies again is if I literally just doing a movie project. And to be fair, any movie. If I rewatch something, it's probably just for a movie project, just to refresh my mind when I'm doing the reviews on them. This goes for this franchise and any other franchises too. Because the ultimate problem with this movie is that the movie was supposed to convince you, the viewer, because you already had doubts that he could be Captain America. Could he be Captain America? This is a coming out party for him to lead a Captain America movie on his own, for him to prove that to you. And that didn't happen for a lot of people. So, yeah, safe to say this movie's mission failed, just like my sex life with women. But see, I don't fail at that. I never fail at that. I'm not retired from women. It's an inside joke you guys will see in the video. You know, my sex life is great and healthy. 5 women a night. Good Lord, man. My dick will fall off at a single point. But
there's your problem.
Shit. Well, yeah, good Lord, man. That second weekend drop is about to be insane. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. And we'll be wrapping up here in just a moment. We'll start with Gray. Gray, what do you have planned coming up this week?
That's a good question. Things are gonna happen this week. Yeah, I'm working on a couple of videos. I hope to have both of them out this week, but we'll see. Other than that, come join me on MSK's channel later Wednesday. And then Thursday, The Thinkers. I'm all around the internet. What can I say? Almost every day I'm on here, but
The Skankers.
I don't necessarily want to advertise it because it's some channels like MSK's, and we can't actually put a spotlight on that. It would be scary. But things are happening.
Yeah.
What about you, Bob? What you up to, sir?
I, of course, just got my Captain America review out a few days ago. I don't even know what I've got coming up this week because
Are you reviewing a new movie or are you taking a break?
well, that's the thing. I'm not even sure what movie I want to review. I'm looking at what's coming out and I'm not really too interested. You got that movie called Monkey coming out. I mean, maybe.
Did you see Hard Eyes?
Also, that film with Zachary Levi, The Unbreakable Boys, coming out about that kid who's got autism. I might be willing to check that out simply because I've done really well with movies that are faith-based or have good messages and stuff like that. Done really well with that audience, and I always want to keep reviewing stuff because they've been loyal to me. So I always want to keep reviewing movies that they enjoy as well. So I might do that one, but I haven't really decided for sure which one I'm going to do. And then on my other YouTube channel, Dad's Turn to Talk, we'll be talking about the Cobra Kai finale on the show this week.
Nice.
We'll have Lily from at 300 Mirrors. She'll be on with us on. We're gonna actually do the film it on Friday, so I should have it out either late Friday night or on Saturday. So,
okay.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
When is looking forward to that because all of us are Cobra Kai fans over there, and so we're really looking forward to talking about the finale.
Are you looking forward to see the Karate Kid?
I am. I'm looking forward to that one.
Okay.
So
big old giant crossover. It's always movies have the. Oh my goodness, movies stop doing that.
Yeah, but Jackie Chan though.
Yeah, I Jackie Chan, and then to bring Ralph Macchio.
Jaden Smith has to come back.
We'll do it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, you could always review certain new releases on streaming services. You always have that, just in case you don't want to spend money at the theater. Because that's the thing is, outside of Hard Eyes and Brave New World, and we have Monkey Man coming up. Not insulting myself there. I'm white. What else is coming out? Honestly,
there's one coming out with Woody Harrelson here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm saying, did you see Dogman?
No, I didn't see Dogman.
You what? Okay, cute movie. Okay,
cute. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, hold on. Movies coming out.
So you got Mickey 17. It looks interesting. It's the Robert Pattinson one.
Yeah, I saw trailers. Yeah,
Bong Joon-ho. Yeah.
Oh, the one I'm talking about is called Last Breath. That's supposed to be coming out. That looks kind of interesting with Woody Harrelson.
That looks actually pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks kind of good, but that's not for a couple weeks. So,
are you gonna watch The Accountant too?
Yeah, I plan on checking that out.
What movies are coming out? Oh my god, 2025 third movie.
Man, there's a bunch of them. You got Novocaine, the other
that one I'm looking forward to. Novocaine.
We're gonna watch Avatar 3.
Sinners, man, that one looks pretty decent. And there's a weird one, Fight or Flight, which looks kind of fun.
Oh yeah, that's with Josh Hartnett, right?
Yeah, it looks interesting.
It's like Bullet Train on a plane.
Yeah, but on a plane. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think of it, but I'm down for this Hartnett resurgence.
Love Hurts.
I didn't check out Love Hurts. I was dealing with the flu or a cold or something. So I was just like, nah, I don't have the energy to go out and watch it.
Yeah, just saying, there is options though, as I generally do. I like going to the theaters. I like, even if I get a bad movie, the experience of going to watch in the theater is always fun for me.
Me too.
It's like if there's nothing to watch, it's just like, man, I don't always want to even chance it on random movies too, because just how things go. You don't want it to feel like you wasted your time watching these things. So Marvel stuff is generally still an investment because you still in the back of your head go, what if it ever did just get back to being good? I want to be at the moment where it did.
Right.
It might, man. Some of these upcoming ones could be cool. Like you got my ass in the seats the second they bring the X-Men into this. We're that much closer with the adamantium, but I don't
Another
know.
useless plot they put in the movie, just adamantium, which adds nothing to the plot at all, other than
Well,
just a
they're
war.
finally following through on the like
Celestial
whatever.
Island. Yeah.
Yeah, but from the Eternals, where okay, so now we understand they are finally addressing Tiamat, the whatever dead celestial in the middle of the
Leave it to
ocean.
this movie to have no plot. They're like, you know what? What do we got to do? We could talk about the Eternals movie where it had the giant hand coming out of the ocean. Good. Yeah, let's do that. I knew they were running out of ideas for this fucking movie. They had nothing there. But as you guys know, for myself, I've given up on women. I will take their opinions and actions and ethics with a grain of salt because I'm just a top G Riz master that way.
Hope you enjoy your retirement, sir.
Yes, I will. I'll be coming out of retirement tomorrow. I'm going to take at least a night off. Shit. So, as you guys know, for myself, I'm just putting out more consistent content in a shorter time frame. That was the only goal I had for this year, and that's the one I'm still keeping up with. I put out a video today on my Compo channel. It was supposed to go out earlier, but I just didn't have time to upload it before I went to work. So I uploaded it similar to around the time we did not start this show twice. So yeah, there's a new video out on my Compo channel, and there's the newest episode of Full Day of Going to the Movie Theater out on this channel as well. More clipped content we already did is coming out. Since Captain America is pretty much over after we talk about the week 2 performance of it, probably move on to talk about Snow White, because that's going to be the next big one people think are going to fail. People are like, you do a lot of videos talking about movies that fail. Well, that's what people are watching. Literally, I check my analytics. That's all you guys watch. You guys like when I talk about the newest movie and see if it's going to fucking fail. It's exciting to see if my prediction is going to come right. Snow White's the next one. You guys are going to love the Snow White content. It is yikes. That every time they drop a trailer, that shit is hitting 1 million dislikes. That's crazy. The comments now in the trailer, the audience hopes that Gal Gadot's character ends up with the prince, and that Rachel Zegler's the real evil queen. That's crazy. Holy shit. So
I think she is.
So yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow with the MSK show. Labs Comic Fan. Okay, I'm just prefacing this. If all goes according to plan, we have Labs Comic Fan. Then later on, I'm not having Savage yet this week. I have a one-on-one with Joan Sontag, if that all goes according to plan. Wednesday, we have a one-on-one Wednesday? I don't think I do. Yeah, I do. I have a one-on-one Wednesday panel show. Thursday, just the Cloud9 podcast. I think I have anything else scheduled past that. Friday, if Labs Comic Fan feels better, we'll do another one of our show together. And then Saturday, the usual panel show. Sunday, Cloud9 podcast. League streams, if I can, barring if my internet is not literal horse monkey dog shit on a fucking stick. So, yeah. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. We'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend, everybody.